Well, hi everyone, and welcome to the prayer diary for the month of October. And I'm here on the Sunshine Coast at the biennial Field Staff Conference. Now, why I say biennial is because it's actually 4 years since we all got to meet together thanks to COVID. To be accurate, it's 1,450 days. So it's been such a joy to be able to welcome everyone to what I hope will be the last of the quadrennial Field Staff Conferences. Hoping that we can get back to the normal program in the years to come. So, since taking up the role as National Director, there's been a couple of places across the country that I still have not been able to visit. So I thought I would interview field staff from 2 of those locations. So firstly, to Jindabyne, to Trent and Alice McGrath, together with their kids Henry and Maisie and Sienna, who have lived in the snowy mountains since January 2020, where they planted the village church. I have 2 questions for them. Well, Trent and Alice, this is your first BCA Field Staff Conference, a chance for the first time to meet the rest of the community. Has there been any particular highlights for you? What's the conference meant for you?
First impressions of the conference is just wow, huge. It's a massive endeavour to get people from all over Australia to be here, and then that just makes me think of the generosity it's taken by the BCA supporters who have funded and encouraged this to happen every 2 years. So we're just blown away, first of all, by the fact that we can be here and so many people are here to connect with from the BCA family. And a real highlight from the conference for me particularly is hearing about the people in places where we probably wouldn't go. We have always been people who have thought that, you know, there are lost people everywhere. Everybody needs Jesus and there are people everywhere, so we are willing to go wherever God would call us, and that sort of took us from the northern beaches of Sydney to Western Sydney, and I guess in part it's taken us from the northern beaches of Sydney to Jindabyne, which is rural and remote, away from where we grew up. But we're hearing about people from like red dirt Australia in remote places where I just don't think we would be comfortable doing ministry, and so we're so encouraged that people are out there seeking the one, seeking the few, trying to encourage those people to respond to the gospel of Jesus Christ and to encourage the saints. So that's been a huge highlight for me, encouraging to me to keep going, and I'm sure the same for Alice as well.
Now, I know there's been a kids program to allow you to have time to be spiritually fed and refreshed. How's the kids program gone for the kids? Have your children enjoyed it?
The kids program has been amazing. First of all, it's great to just be able to sit in a session and pay attention and not have tiny distractions around us, so that's been a blessing to us. But our kids have also loved the program. Our 4-year-old, we dropped her off to the first one very hesitant, and then picked her up, and she comes out and says, "This is my best friend." So they have got alongside other kids already, and we hardly see them at meal breaks and things like that because they're just having such a fun time with their friends. Yeah.
So that was Trent and Alice in Jindabyne. Now, Mallacoota is a small coastal town in the far eastern corner of Victoria, and it's had its fair share of ups and downs in the last few years. Our own Jude Benton, who recently featured in the ABC TV documentary The People's Republic of Mallacoota, I got a chance to catch up with her and her husband Andy here at the conference to ask them about their first few years at Mallacoota. Well, Jude and Andy, it's been an incredible couple of years for you at Mallacoota. First the bushfires a few years ago, and then closely followed by COVID. Very busy, very stressful. Why has the conference been important for you?
I've really enjoyed the teaching from Bishop Stewart, and just to be able to sit and listen to a great biblical teacher and to be involved in some really good worship that I don't have to lead or coordinate.
It's probably been one of the most rewarding weeks that I can actually remember in church, because I'm in a environment where I'm not expected to be have it all together, and I can just be part of a congregation and feel uplifted and encouraged and challenged. And so certainly got some challenges, and going forward to see how we can step it up and put things into practice and help build the kingdom of God. It's a big challenge.
And any particular highlights from the conference?
Highlight for me, getting to know the colleagues. I hadn't met most of our BCA field staff partners or the regional officers before, so it's been a real highlight to get to know these people and their families and spend time just talking to them.
Yeah, one of the real highlights was going to the cultural awareness training and getting to hear from such knowledgeable speakers and given resources so that which we can use going forwards.
So there you go, just a small snapshot of 2 of our BCA field staff locations. Can I say, on behalf of all the field staff here on the Sunshine Coast who are being encouraged on this conference, can I say thank you for your ongoing prayers and all your support, because you really enable us to go the distance to reach Australia for Christ. Until next month, God bless.